Well, welcome everyone. Thanks for joining us. Today we are joined by Leanne Johnstone, the founder of Affiliate Insider, which is an outsourced program management agency. You help companies scale their affiliate programs. And before we maybe get into that, is it possible that maybe you could give a brief overview of yourself? How did you get involved in this? What was your journey from sort of start to now?
Love that question because it's always a good one. So kind of fell into affiliate marketing almost 2 decades ago now, quite by accident. Was actually a media buyer for a while for an agency and started to kind of look at affiliate marketing mainly because I love people and I love to talk. So, it was like, oh, let me go try this. I get to hang out with a whole bunch of interesting people, talk about relationships, do all the things that I love. And 20 years later, here I am. So it's been an amazing journey. Got into affiliate marketing quite early on when basically it was just a refer a friend scheme. Like, there were basic links that you could use. Now it's this huge industry with kind of multi-channels, multiple companies working all together to kind of grow performance marketing. So it's been a very, very interesting ride. And a lot of people always ask me about, what's the history of affiliate marketing? Well, I've kind of lived it and still am living it because I think we're going to see a lot of changes happening in the future, especially as we come to blockchain. But so yeah, long and short story is I fell into it by accident because I loved people and I love talking to people. And that's really what affiliate marketing is all about, relationship management. And then moved on from there to work across multiple different companies, client side, network side, affiliate side. And now I own my own agency. So pretty much been all around the world of affiliate marketing.
And you've got a lot of experience kind of within the iGaming and kind of gambling space. And that's kind of, I guess, where you've cut your teeth. But at the moment, you're serving other verticals beyond that. Is that right?
Yeah. So, I mean, I've been in iGaming for quite a long time. And that was obviously one of the most forward-thinking verticals in affiliate marketing. So I kind of learned my craft and cut my teeth in that industry, but moved into a sort of agency side about 10 years ago. And then obviously had a lot of work with retail and e-commerce clients and finance clients as well. So a lot of what we learned in iGaming, we could transition into other verticals. And really, I like to say affiliate marketing is a bit like shoes. Like you get lots of different types of shoes, but they're still shoes and they fit on your feet. And so the strategies and things that you do in affiliate marketing are the same cross industry. It's just different types of terminologies. For example, in iGaming, we talk about operators and affiliates. In e-commerce, we talk about, merchants and publishers. So just the terminology, the jargon, obviously the tracking, the way that e-commerce products track, it's a little bit more detailed. They have a little bit more investment in attribution modeling, whereas in iGaming, it's still a little bit more simplified and last click wins. So, a lot of stuff has changed over the years since affiliate marketing began, and I'm sure it's going to change again in the future. But I think the cool thing about this job, or the cool thing about working in affiliate marketing, is that we don't stop learning. We keep learning and evolving as the digital industry evolves around us. And you can definitely learn from all the more depth and breadth of experience that you get in affiliate marketing, the better strategist you become. Because you're learning what works for different verticals, and you can actually apply some of those learnings cross channel. And I think that's probably one of the most interesting things that I love about this industry.
Yeah. So I guess before we get on to sort of like the current trends, I mean, one thing that I've always been struck by with the iGaming space is, that's probably one of the sort of most hard-nosed sort of environments of understanding kind of average revenue per user. And it's very metrics driven, right the way through, because it's pretty competitive space, isn't it? I mean, what were the kind of big trends, if you think back to say like how that iGaming and gambling space has kind of evolved in the last 10 years? Obviously, mobile, the move to the US seems to be kind of hot button topics. Different states are now starting to deregulate. What's the overall sort of pattern of the iGaming and gambling space as you see it?
Well, the one thing that I can see, like looking back, because obviously I was there when it was, prior to the US shutting down, I was working for some of the biggest gaming companies, marketing in the US. And the first thing is that, budgets have changed a lot over the years. I mean, back in those days, I was spending something like £12 million a month on digital advertising. And to be a media planner or a marketing planner with that kind of budget, you have to get really creative to keep being able to spend that kind of money, whereas now you'd have a business that is maybe spending that in a year, and it's that was probably the biggest learnings that I had, in that we had to get very creative in terms of how we had to reach customers. So I think a lot of those learnings have traveled forward with me as I've kind of moved forward in my career and made me a better digital marketer, simply because I understood the psychology that went behind it. I think the gaming industry really cottoned onto affiliate marketing early on, and even today 40 to 60% of some of the big brands, that is sales are coming from that channel, from the performance marketing channel. However, if you look at the industry now, it encompasses so many different types of sources of traffic. So it's actually made becoming an affiliate program marketer or manager incredibly difficult, because you're not just working with websites anymore. You are working with app stores, with paid media companies, lead generation companies, influencers. And so your skill set in terms of how you relationship manage those partners and how you actually build your strategy and how you spend your budget has become more complex. And you'll often hear me saying that affiliate managers are now funds managers. They get a budget and they have to determine where and how best to spend that. And really they have to rely on data to make those decisions informative. So then you start looking at the technologies that sit behind all of these programs, networks, and looking at what kind of data can you glean from your tech providers so that you are making the right business decisions with your funds that you've been given. And that doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to spend 80% of your budget on an SEO or pay-per-click affiliate anymore. You might want to be dropping more money into an influencer or Twitch stream. And so I think the iGaming industry has learned a lot faster than some of the other industries that are now catching up, like e-commerce and finance, where they're looking at other different types of traffic sources. I mean, I was at a PR Live event a couple of months back, and they were talking about, B2B partnerships. And I've heard a lot of kind of chatter on the internet as well about ambassador programs, where brands are actually now taking their customers and making them into affiliates as well. Because let's face it, I mean, if you can, build a following on Twitter or Facebook or Instagram, you're a publisher, welcome to the world of affiliates. So I think it's incredibly important that there's strategy behind programs and that people are looking at how they manage their affiliate program alongside their other digital marketing to offset costs, because it's becoming more expensive to do paid media to target, highly target customers. But what are you doing with your performance programs to actually build your brand? Because even though an affiliate doesn't necessarily send a sale in a month, they are still pushing your brand on their entity, their channel, their website, inside their app, whatever it is that they're doing for you. And I think we often, as managers, focus a lot more on driving revenue. As you said, it's all very data and metrics driven, but we need to think more about brand and affinity around our brands too. And using affiliates, not just in the acquisition channel, but also in that entire buyer awareness journey before a sale actually takes place. So I think that's kind of the learnings that I've had over the last 2 decades, just dealing with, quite a full thinking vertical and applying that now into other channels with some of the clients that we're working with.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot to unpack there, isn't there? I mean, you've got, which I agree with you. You've got this increasingly complex sort of spokes that come out of your marketing wheel, as it were, of I'm buying on Facebook, Snap, TikTok, traditional influencers, bloggers, referrals, partner programs. Data is so key, as you said, of being able to sift through that data very quickly and make those decisions. And then what we've seen at Everflow, and obviously you and I and your team have been speaking for a while, is that our approach is to have a pretty open platform that plugs into best of breed with payment processors, be shopping carts. You've kindly introduced us to a couple of people within the payment sort of space. And all of these things, it's become very modular now, isn't it? And it's quite a confusing landscape if you are just getting in to the affiliate space as a brand itself. It's kind of like, where do I start? And I guess this is a good segue to how you help brands, right, navigate these quite complex ecosystems.
Yeah.
What's your kind of golden rules for people that are looking to start an affiliate program, perhaps are a bit scared by the term affiliate, which has some connotations. Where does one start, and what questions do you ask, like your prospective clients, when you're assessing whether they're ready to take the step into the affiliate and performance marketing space?
Absolutely. I mean, that is really, really key. I've seen so many programs launch and fail because they didn't have a strategy in place when they started. So the first thing is get clear on what your objectives are with starting a performance marketing program, and be very aware of what you can expect as the ROI in the first 3, 6, 9, 12 months. Because the one thing that people think is that, oh, I'm going to launch an affiliate program, I get a flood of sales overnight. I mean, that just doesn't happen. We're working in a very complex ecosystem. It's incredibly competitive out there, no matter what industry you're in. Everybody's competing for the same share of wallet of that consumer. So whether you're selling toothbrushes, whether you're selling jewelry, whether you sell, like, that consumer is basically the same person. And how are you competing with your competitors to actually get that share of wallet? So be very clear on what your objectives are, and understand what the goals are of having a performance marketing program. Why are you making this decision? That's the first question that we ask clients that come to us. Why are you opening an affiliate program, and what do you hope to achieve? And if those questions make the right answers to say, yes, okay, an affiliate program is the right next move for you. You've got financial investment that you can invest in, because it does take time to grow an affiliate program, and it does cost to invest in building an infrastructure to run an affiliate program. And obviously there's lots of different ways to do that. But then also deciding what is the best way. Is it network? Is it SaaS product? I mean, should I go and get an agency to manage this, or should I hire somebody internally? All of these questions are things that brands need to ask themselves and weigh up the pros and cons, because there are pluses and minuses to each scenario. But depending on what your objectives are, as an agency, that is what we do, is we match the client's objectives to the right strategy that will deliver the returns that they are looking for. And once you've mapped out what that looks like, then you can go and plan a strategy for launch. And then you can start thinking about, how much am I going to pay affiliates, and what should that program look like? Can I offer something that other brands can't offer to my partners? How do I make my partners' lives more easy? How do I build that brand affinity around my affiliate program? Because I think a lot of brands launch affiliate programs and they rely heavily on other people to do the work for them. But actually, you should be building your brand around your affiliate program, and you should be telling affiliates why they should be working with you or for you, because ultimately they are an extension of your marketing team. Whilst you don't manage them like a staff member, they are actually working for you, and they're sending you new customers. So what are the incentives and things that you're going to do for those affiliates to help you grow your own program? What are the things that you can do that differentiate you in the marketplace? Because it's not just about price anymore. I speak to publishers every single day, and the ones that we have really good relationships with are the ones that will pick up the phone and give us the traffic. So are you investing in relationship account managers to actually make your program run? Because believe me, tech is incredibly important, making sure that you've got the right tech match and that you have the data that you need in order to make business-based decisions behind your program. But relationship building is just as important, just like customer support is for your product. So I really want to see brands using data, using intelligent data to run their programs more efficiently and more effectively. And I think that's probably the same kind of remit that you guys have with your customers, is making sure that you give them the data so they can make those decisions intelligently. But I guess it's like anything, it's like you can have the best Apple Mac computer, but if you don't know how to operate it, it's just going to sit on your desk and gather dust. So that's why I'm loving conversations like this, because we can help people understand what goes into building an affiliate program. It is complex. It's not just turn the tap on and numbers are going to fly through the door. Those days are long gone.
Yeah. So you've established the need, you've established the goals, the financial commitment. They're ready to start working with you. How does the typical life cycle of a client's evolution sort of take place within the clients that you manage?
It really depends on what the client's other marketing strategies are, because we've got clients that have worked with us since the day that we opened our doors, and we've got clients that kind of come in on a 6 to 9 months to get the help that they need to start, and then they start to hire people and in which case we then transfer them over to our coaching program, and eventually we let them fly free, which is kind of what we want as an agency. We want our customers to leave better off, more well-informed than what they were when they started. So I suppose as an agency, we work a little bit differently. We kind of, especially in the gaming space, we'd want to help the SMEs get the right infrastructure in place, and then we sort of tend to see that they want to migrate things in-house over time. But by the same token, we've got clients who just want to outsource that piece because it's just never going to be their area of expertise. They don't want to have huge marketing teams in-house, and so they utilize an agency to help them manage all of those processes and strategies. And we work incredibly close with our clients to make sure that we're also leveraging cost efficiencies across their other digital channels. Because like I said before, when you run an affiliate program properly and you have strategy in place, you can actually utilize your affiliate base as it gets bigger and bigger to reduce your costs in other channels. So we do look at, attribution modeling and all of those things, and utilize the tech that the client is set up on to give us that information to make those intelligent decisions. So we kind of do as little or as much as you like, if that makes sense.
Yeah. We've definitely seen a trend of, because we have the ability to do first touch and last touch attribution within Everflow. And as clients have, this modular approach to buying traffic, let's say you're buying on Facebook and Google, and you've got your organic search and all the rest of it, stitching together all of that data the picture is kind of an increasing conversation that we've certainly been having for a while now, where clients are saying, Google tells me 100, Facebook tells me 100, but I know it's 225, whatever it is. It's like, where is the difference? And that first touch and last touch attribution has been a big feature to sort of help people with that. So they've got the plan, they've established the commitment, they're up and running now. Maybe you're bringing in partners, you're showing them the value of those affiliates over a longer period rather than just one hit wonders. There's softer things that affiliates like payment terms and paying on time, which often doesn't get talked about very much. What are the other sort of things that, now we've got an affiliate program up and running? What are the kind of things that are either warning signs that things that are likely to diminish, or just speed bumps that could trip people up? Because humans, just by nature, once things are running, they're kind of, okay, well, that's done now, I can move on to something else. But as we know, you have to keep on, as you said, reinvesting in people. What are the speed bumps that could trip people up for an existing program that's running well, that's slowly sunsetting, as it were?
Yeah, so we often see that there's this kind of like bell curve, and anybody that's worked in marketing will know that. So you're all invested in for the first 6 months because you spent all this money to launch an affiliate program, and you're actively engaging with your partners, and slowly your communication starts to peter off. And eventually you're just doing like kind of one newsletter a month because you feel like you have to, even though you don't really engage and you're not really talking. I mean, some of the most boring affiliate programs that I've seen, and I mean, if anybody's listening to this from a VPN, or web hosting supply, they're not the most sexiest of affiliate programs, but let me tell you, some of those programs are doing some really cool things, like pop-up Facebook groups to engage their partners. And it's really about keeping communication. I mean, I really am a firm believer that you can't over communicate with your affiliates. I'm also a big believer that there's no such thing as a bad affiliate, just bad affiliate management. So when you take those two things together and you go 1 + 1 = 2, you really shouldn't have a program that ever stagnates, because if you're doing your job properly to keep partners engaged, to keep partners active, they're only going to grow, unless of course they sell out, and there is a lot of kind of, especially in the gaming industry, there's a lot of mergers and acquisitions that happen. So partners buy other partners, they become bigger companies, they become publishing houses, and those relationships then change over time. Nothing you can do about that, because that's just business evolving, but also looking out for the new guys. So keeping that, and you touched on it, the partner discovery piece, keeping that active in your program. I mean, I spoke to a group of affiliate managers the other day, and they said they don't actually do any partner outreach. And I was like, well, how do you find the right affiliates who have the right customers for you? And they're like, no, well, we just accept everybody that signs up. And I was like, that's just really bad affiliate management, because how do you know that all those people signing up are actually coming to you with traffic that you need and want? So now you're spending time servicing all the people that sign up, but their traffic sources might not be the right ones for you. They might not just be bringing you the right customers. You might be getting really poor basket value sales, whatever the case may be. Like, you need to be out there finding the right customers, finding the right influencers, finding the right traffic sources. So just keeping your program active in that cycle: outreach, discovery, engagement, retention. Outreach, discovery, engagement, retention. That's the best way and the most simplest way that you can keep your program growing over time. And then also there's sort of like project things and like if you're getting into new markets, that would be another way to expand your program. Or if you develop new products, that's another way to expand your program, again, to look for new partners and publishers. So your job as an affiliate manager is to never sit still.
Yeah.
Partly why I like it so much.
and we've been speaking for a little while, and we've spoken with a couple of joint clients and things like this. One thing that we've sort of been working on, which we've spoken about, is not only the ability to run reports, automate the campaign management, all that good stuff, by the offer level and by the affiliate level, and sometimes by what we call in Everflow the event level, so different stages of an offer, be that sign up, registration, deposit, etc. But also we've been investing a lot in this, what we call user state management, which is having the ability to drill into specific users. And that, we originally approached that from the iGaming and gambling space, but it's obviously got big applications across gambling, forex, anything where there's high value users. Do you see well, this is a loaded question, obviously, but like what are your thoughts on the evolution of not only looking at average revenue per user by affiliate or whatever, but looking at the actual users and drilling into cohorts of users and building kind of lookalike audiences and all that good stuff?
That's massively valuable right now, especially with retargeting and Facebook changing the way that they run. If you want to understand, well, it gives you insight into what affiliates are doing right, number one, and it also gives you valuable insight that you can plug back into your paid media team, number two. So leveraging your partner base and understanding how they're engaging with their audience, because affiliates can sometimes do that a lot better than what a brand can, because a brand has a lot of compliance guidelines, regulatory guidelines, their legal team is telling them what they can and can't say. Whereas affiliates have slightly a little bit more freedom. As long as they're operating within the boundaries of your terms and conditions, they can actually market and promote and present your product or service or offer or whatever it is that you're selling to the audience in a unique and innovative way. Like, you're not going to see the head of the CMO of, I don't know, whatever gambling company getting on TikTok and doing a cool face, and so they just can't reach those audiences that partners can, that publishers can. So I would say, if you can get that data and you can look at that data, use it, reverse engineer it back into your marketing strategy and come up with campaigns that speak to those audiences. That information is invaluable, that your affiliate partner has now brought you through their activity to then feed back into your marketing and branding teams to say, hey, this affiliate's doing these types of things. These are the customers that we want. Go do a mass branding campaign to get us those customers. So I think that level of data is incredibly important, because if you think 40 to 60% of sales come in through the partner channel, if you can improve the other kind of 40% that's left in all the other channels, isn't that going to be a bonus for you?
Yeah. So there's quite a few kind of themes reappearing in this, data, the relationships, keeping things fresh. I think I read or heard perhaps on your award-winning podcast, congratulations.
Thank you.
That you were talking a lot about sort of trust-based sales, and the fact that kind of purely outbound for any kind of aspiring affiliate manager, affiliate director, the days of just carpet bombing potential publishers are kind of over, right?
It's my pet peeve, man. It's my pet peeve. I talk about social selling. I talk about, not doing cold call outreach anymore, understanding kind of why me, why now, making it really simple for a partner to understand why they should be promoting you. And often data helps you to make those conversations begin, because if you think about it, there's a finite number of partners or publishers in the world. Okay. Unless you're starting ambassador programs with your players or customers, there really is, like, the top tier people that have the kind of traffic driving space, especially in the e-commerce voucher code industry. So looking for new spaces to actually find your audience or engage your audience is incredibly important. And I think it's just very important that as an affiliate manager, you're keeping your eyes aware of who's who in the zoo and how you can actually get these people to engage with you and building affinity. I'll talk about affinity around your brand as well. Whilst cold call outreach is dead in the water, like, stop doing it. If you're doing it still, it does not work. 0.0004% return rate or something ridiculous like that. It's time wasted. Get more engaged in who you want to bring in and how you want to partner with those people to deliver real results for you and for them. But also start thinking about mass marketing your affiliate program as well. Are you going to events? Are you engaging on other people's blogs? Are you on things like this where we're talking about, fireside chats? Are you putting your program out there so that affiliates can find you en masse? Just like you would, it's like, I want to sort of tell affiliate managers, market your program like you market your product, and the only difference is that your customer is now your affiliate. Your affiliate is also your customer. So just make sure that your marketing strategy that sits behind your program once you've launched it, that you've actually put some budget behind marketing your program too. Get yourself out at events. If you can't get to events directly, you don't have an events budget, work with an agency and go with your agency to events, and leverage all of these partnerships and advertising places, forums, Telegram groups, pop-up Facebook, like I said before, pop-up Facebook groups. They're cheap. It doesn't cost you anything to set them up. It's just a bit of time and a little bit of innovation and thinking outside the box of how you can actually get people to you without having to do cold call outreach, because it's dead. It's absolutely, I mean, who doesn't click delete when they get something that isn't relevant to them? I still get emails today saying, please, can you promote my online casino? I'm like, no, because I don't speak to players. I speak to affiliates. Have you even looked at my website? So just, stop it. Don't do it. And it's also, unfortunately, because our industry has grown so fast, on the job learning and skills development just doesn't happen in the affiliate space, because we're still learning it. We're still learning affiliate management. It's not a, textbook kind of jobs, but you don't grow up one day and go, I want to be an affiliate manager. You kind of fall into it by accident and you learn on the job through multiple different experiences. And so that's one of the reasons why we have our AMP course, because it's kind of my way of teaching the history of affiliate marketing. Why do we do things the way that we do it now? So whether you ask us to do it for you as your agency, or whether you want to learn it yourself, we're here to help you actually make good decisions that help your affiliate program to grow. And that's really why we started Affiliate Insider.
Yeah. And from the publisher side, what do affiliates want from a program? We've kind of talked about, what the brand should do.
Really good question. Ultimately, in my experience, talking to multiple publishers every single day of my life, they just want honesty and transparency. They want to have a good onboarding process. It's like KISS, keep it simple, stupid. They want to have a good onboarding process. They want to have a human that they can speak to when they have a problem, and they want to be able to make money as quickly as possible with your program. So educating them on how to actually start marketing your service or products or whatever it is that you're selling, giving them a great onboarding experience with super customer support in your affiliate team, being human, understanding that they're entrepreneurs just like your business is or once was before it became big, talking to them about what their pain points are and, what it is that they're looking to achieve and how you can help them meet that. Just communicating. And it really is that simple. They're not always looking for the most commission, which is kind of like what people think. They think, I've got to pay the best commission in order to get all the affiliates into my program. That's not the truth. They want variety as well. Otherwise, they wouldn't be able to do their jobs. So I think just being honest, open, and transparent, and being able to provide data that helps them to make intelligent decisions about their marketing and what they're sending to you in terms of their traffic is also important.
Definitely. And we've obviously touched on payment and the importance of paying affiliates and things like that. So switching it round, how do you advise a plan that's up and running? Obviously, you can refresh the creatives, you can bring in new channels, you can, do first and last touch attribution so you can get a sense of how everything's going. Specifically on the payment side for affiliates, like we see this as a kind of a big trend that a lot of brands we've partnered with Topolti to give us like what we call Everflow Plus, which is essentially you can, we do everything for you, and the payment processing is all done through Topolti and everything. And we found that a lot of brands want that simplicity. From the publisher side, what can brands do specifically on the commercial aspect to keep things fresh or to bring more loyalty, bring more volume?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of partner promotions. So, I mean, in the gaming industry, we used to use e-wallets to pay affiliates really, really quickly, like within 3 to 5 days, they'd have their money. But I think over time, payments companies have become a lot more adept at moving money faster. There used to be loyalty points associated with receiving money into an e-wallet as well. So, maybe partner up with your payment provider and see if they can do like a double action or a co-branded promotion, where if affiliates receive their income into that partner's payment system, they'd get a kind of a commission from the partner and also a commission from you, because it's made it easier, cheaper, faster for you to pay them. So just looking at how you can leverage all of those relationships within your affiliate program to reduce your costs, your margins, because payments do cost you. Like there is a fee associated to paying hundreds of thousands of affiliates in your program, depending on how big it is. So just having those conversations to see where you can sort of shave your margins of cost in terms of running your program, and seeing where you can find mutual benefits with one another. I think that's really, really important. I used to manage a e-wallets affiliate program for PaySafe Group before I started Affiliate Insider. So my understanding of the payments industry is quite broad in terms of how money flows through the systems, but keeping it as simple as possible for affiliates to also do their reconciliations. I mean, that's a big thing. If they're working with 20, 30 different programs, making sure that your affiliate reporting matches what comes up in their bank accounts, like really simple things like that, can save an affiliate so much time and really aggravation as well in terms of managing multiple affiliate programs. So I think just keeping it simple, stupid, it's like the simplest things work, but they don't have to be really difficult or overthought. They can just be simple and have a massive impact.
Well, I think this is a nice trend that's going through the industry at the moment. The software is doing a lot of the heavy lifting. Yes. That to start with, there were spreadsheets, there were reconciliation sheets. Software now is doing that, and we can focus as people on the things that you mentioned, which are even more important than the nuts and bolts, which is the relationships, and all that's kind of a welcome thing for the industry.
Absolutely. I mean, I can tell you, anybody listening to this Fireside Chat, 15 years ago as an affiliate manager, month end used to take me 10 days. 10 days to reconcile, make sure that everything had been crossed off, dotted, I'd signed off, approved. And then it would go to the finance team and they'd take another 7 days to pay. So, it's just, and then how do you expect the affiliate to reinvest that money to actually go and promote your program again? So, and now we can pay with Bitcoin or crypto or whatever instantly. So things have changed a lot in the 20 years since I first started managing affiliate programs. And I have to say, I'm very grateful to all the software providers and tech providers such as yourself for making that part of affiliate management super easy and fully automated now. Like, you choose whether you want to automate and integrate everything at the start of your program, or whether you're going to do stuff offline or whatever the case may be. But I think payments, definitely a headache that we no longer need to have as affiliate managers.
And just as a sort of final thought, I guess, what are the kind of big macro trends that you're seeing from direct brands and their approach to the affiliate space?
Well, I'm seeing a lot of big media companies actually move into performance marketing now. So whereas before they used to have like paid media decks, all of that kind of thing, they're actually quite open to doing performance-based content and articles and things based on, revenue share or, paid native placements, things like Taboola. All of those guys have come into the marketplace. And I'm also seeing a lot of and we saw this as a result of COVID, actually, a lot of the kind of travel brands, they partnered up with other B2B companies that had similar products to see if they could leverage and actually, get joint share of that client's wallet. So looking at pretty much anybody can be your affiliate partner now. And I think just looking at the universe of the World Wide Web with really clean eyes and not stereotyping what is an affiliate, because an affiliate today could be anything. And actually, I think we need to come up with a new term. We need to come up with a new term. We'll just use the word partner, because it's somebody that you're partnering with to drive sales. I think affiliate is quite archaic, and it has had negative connotations to it because of some of the wild west stuff that used to happen in the black hat days. But all of that's changed, and I think any brand that's looking to launch an affiliate program but maybe has been scared because of all of that stuff that they've learned, take note of this conversation, because we have learned from those mistakes, and we have improved best practices, and we have got technology such as Everflow that can actually help you manage fraud and help you manage, like payments and recouping costs and anything, administration deductions. Like, the system actually helps you set all of that up. You just need to know how to use the system. And it's the same, like I said earlier, with the computer analogy. You can have an Apple Mac computer, but if you don't know how to use it properly, you still got nothing. So there's plenty of places to go to for advice and for best practice, so that you don't make mistakes, so that you're not wasting time, and so that you're not wasting money either. Just utilize the channel as it is intended, and that is to grow your brand and to grow your sales, and utilize it properly.
Perfect. You couldn't end on a more positive note. Tell us about your podcast. You mentioned you've recently been nominated. Is that right?
Thank you. Yes, we have been shortlisted for the People's Choice in Podcast Awards today. So I don't want to date this, but hopefully we'll be nominated to win. We're up against some pretty big podcast names, but affiliate marketing is definitely becoming a topic of interest for marketers all over the world, whether they're CMOs or actual, performance-based marketers. And I think the thing that we talk about on our podcast is good program management. Like, we're really looking into how does affiliate marketing work around the world in season 5, which is going to be coming up in October. But we've kind of had some really interesting characters on the podcast here. I've just shared so much insight about what's happening in affiliate marketing across different verticals, in different industries. And yeah, I mean, I'm loving meeting all of these people who have a passion for this channel, just like I do. So really just love, if there's anybody listening to this and they fancy being on the podcast, just reach out to us, because we'd love to talk to everybody in the industry, both affiliate side, network side, SaaS partner side, and just have a channel that everybody can come to get a clear understanding of what's happening in this space.
Awesome. Great. Well, always a pleasure to speak to you.
Thank you.
We've yet to meet in person with COVID
hopefully.
and everything like that. So next time it will be in person, and we'll have to buy you a drink.
Looking forward to that.
Excellent. Okay. Thanks, Leanne.
Thanks, Zach. Right. Thanks very much for having me on the show.
Yeah, pleasure.
Take care.
Cheers. Bye.